Good afternoon, everybody. Today is October 28th, 2016. I just wanted to say something about prayer. Prayer is, oh my goodness, I don't know how I would make it without prayer. Prayer is the key. Prayer is our weapon. Prayer is a privilege that God has given to us. And I don't know, but this week has been very, very heavy in my mind. The sayings, the scriptures, the hymnals that my grandfather would quote before most of his prayers. And one of my favorites, it's always been quoted from Psalm. Father, Lord, you have been my dwelling place, even before the mountains were brought forth. From everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. And you can take joy and you can take solace in knowing that God is our dwelling place. What is a dwelling place? A dwelling place is where you can go, where you can be safe, where you can be at ease. And so since God is our dwelling place, we can take every sorrow, every burden, every care to Him, leaning, trusting, and depending solely on Him, knowing that He will meet every need, knowing that He will provide the very thing that we need, whatever it is that we need from Him. That's why He said, I am that I am. And just keep in mind that the name of the Lord, it is a strong tower. The righteous run in and they are safe. And so there's comfort in knowing that. If you ever feel like you can't make it, if you ever feel like it's getting too much, it's becoming too much for me to bear and too much for me to deal with, keep saying, God, you've been my dwelling place. And the word says, even before the mountains were brought forth. It means that before I was fashioned, before I was born, before I was even thought about, God created that opportunity. God created that luxury of knowing I can go to Him. It's comfort in knowing that. He's Jehovah Jireh. He will be your provider. Standing knowing that. Father, you have been my dwelling place. Even before the mountains were brought forth, from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. Sometimes that's the problem. We forget that. Oh, we know, just like basic common knowledge. But do you know that intimately, personally? Has it been revelatory for you? He's just not the God I've been told about, or heard about. Oh no, I've experienced Him for myself. From everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. You tell your problems, I have a God who's told me I can come to Him. Even in the midst of darkness, even in the midst of disappointment, even in the midst of sorrow, I can go to God and I can give Him all of my problems. He said we can ask, we can seek, we can knock. He wants us to keep asking. He wants us to keep seeking. He wants us to keep knocking. Because from everlasting to everlasting, He is God. Let that resonate in your spirit, knowing that He is God. There's nothing too hard for Him. There's no pit too deep for Him. Don't limit God. And don't put Him into a box and assign Him to certain aspects of your life and not fully over your life. You have to remember that at the end of the day, if you're saying He is Lord of your life, He is Lord over every aspect of your life. In every area of your life, you should be experiencing victory. Thanks be to God who causes us to triumph. Keep in mind, He is our dwelling place. He's our safe space. He cares about you.